Thousands of years before cities, roads, or even written history, this was our world. Endless forests stretched beyond the horizon, mighty rivers carved through untouched valleys, and wild animals ruled the land. Every sunrise brought a new challenge, and every sunset was a victory. Somewhere in this vast wilderness, one small Stone Age family was about to begin another ordinary day, one that would test their courage, their skills, and their will to survive. Inside a simple shelter built from branches, animal skins, and wood, the family sleeps close together beside a small fire. They own almost nothing by today's standards, yet this tiny shelter is their entire world. The warmth of the fire protects them from the cold night, while the walls offer only limited safety from the dangers waiting outside. Before anyone else wakes, the father quietly opens his eyes. His first responsibility is not hunting or finding food. It is protecting the fire. He carefully places dry wood onto the glowing embers, knowing this flame means warmth, cooked food, light, and safety. If the fire dies, starting another one could take hours, and those precious hours could mean the difference between life and death. Stepping outside the shelter, the father carefully studies the silent forest. Everything looks peaceful, but appearances can be deceiving. Wolves, bears, and other powerful predators may already be searching for food. In the Stone Age, danger is never far away. Every sound, every movement, and every shadow could be a warning that survival will once again depend on quick thinking and courage. As the first golden rays of sunlight spread across the valley, the rest of the family joins him outside. A new day has begun. The parents exchange a quiet look, knowing another long day of hard work lies ahead. The children stretch and smile, while the grandparents prepare for their daily tasks. Together, they face the wilderness as one family. Breakfast is simple, but every bite matters. A few roasted pieces of meat, wild berries, nuts, and edible roots are carefully shared between everyone. Nothing is wasted, because no one knows when the next successful hunt will come. In this world, food is not just a meal. It is the difference between strength and weakness, between survival and hunger. Even after the meal is finished, the family continues to make use of every part of the animal. Bones are broken open to reach the rich marrow hidden inside, providing valuable nutrition. To modern eyes, it may seem unusual, but for Stone Age people, wasting food was never an option. Nature gave them only what they earned. Now the camp comes alive with activity. The father sharpens his flint spear for the hunt ahead. The mother finishes weaving strong baskets for gathering food. The grandfather patiently teaches the young boy how to shape stone tools, while the grandmother shows the little girl how to recognize safe plants. Every task, every lesson, and every moment prepares this family for another day of survival. The day truly begins as everyone takes on their role. The father and the hunters leave the safety of the camp, with their flint-tipped spears in hand, hoping today's hunt will provide enough food for everyone. Behind them, the mother watches quietly, while the children stand beside their grandparents. No one knows if the hunters will return before sunset, but every member of the family understands that survival depends on courage, trust, and working together. While the hunters disappear into the forest, the mother begins her own important journey. Carrying a woven basket, she carefully searches for berries, roots, and wild plants. The young daughter walks beside her, watching every move, while the grandmother patiently explains which plants can feed the family and which ones could be deadly. In the Stone Age, this knowledge is just as valuable as hunting skills. Back at the camp, another lesson begins. The grandfather sits beside the young boy and teaches him how to shape a sharp flint stone into a useful tool. Every careful strike has a purpose. Nearby, the father prepares his hunting equipment before continuing the journey. These simple skills have been passed from one generation to the next for thousands of years. For the children, learning never stops. They laugh, run, and play, but every game prepares them for the future. The young boy practices throwing a small spear, while his little sister improves her aim by tossing stones. Their parents proudly watch from nearby, knowing these playful moments are quietly building the survival skills they will one day depend on. Deep inside the forest, the father suddenly kneels beside fresh footprints, pressed into the soft ground. The young boy watches closely as the grandfather explains how every track tells a story. The size, shape, and direction of the footprints reveal where the animal has gone. Reading these hidden signs is one of the most valuable skills a hunter can ever learn. After following the tracks for some time, the hunters finally spot a small herd of deer, peacefully feeding in a sunny clearing. No one speaks. The father slowly raises his hand, silently signaling everyone to stop. Every movement must be slow and careful now. One careless sound could send the animals running and waste hours of hard work. The hunters quietly spread out through the tall grass, surrounding the herd from different directions. Each person knows exactly where to stand and waits patiently for the perfect moment. Hunting is never about speed alone. It is about teamwork, timing, and trusting one another, when every decision could mean success or failure. Now comes the moment that will decide everything. Hidden behind the tall grass, the father grips his flint-tipped spear tightly, while keeping his eyes fixed on the deer. His breathing slows, his heartbeat grows louder, and the forest falls completely silent. In just a few seconds, one single throw will determine whether the family eats tonight or goes to bed hungry. The moment finally arrives. After a long and exhausting chase through the prehistoric forest, the hunters successfully bring down the deer. The father stands quietly beside the animal, breathing heavily as he lowers his spear. There is no celebration or cheering. Instead, there is respect. The hunt has given the family another chance to survive. Today, their hard work, patience, and teamwork have been rewarded, but they know that every hunt carries great risk, and not every hunter is always this fortunate. With the hunt complete, the father and the other hunters begin the long walk back to camp, carrying the deer across a sturdy wooden pole. Every step feels heavy after hours of tracking and chasing through the forest. As they approach the shelter, the family rushes forward with smiles of relief. The children's eyes light up with excitement, while the mother quietly thanks nature for providing food. For this family, a successful hunt means safety, hope, and another day without hunger. While the fresh meat is prepared, the rest of the family continues gathering nature's gifts. The mother carefully fills her woven basket with berries, edible roots, mushrooms, and wild fruits. Beside her, the young daughter learns which plants are safe and which must never be touched. The grandmother patiently shares the wisdom she has learned over many years. In the Stone Age, survival is built not only on strength, but also on knowledge passed from one generation to the next. Not every valuable food comes easily. High above the ground, the father carefully climbs an ancient tree toward a wild beehive. Smoke from a small torch helps keep the angry bees away, but the danger is far from over. One mistake could lead to a painful fall or hundreds of bee stings. Below, the family watches with nervous eyes. At last, the father carefully reaches the honeycomb. This sweet reward is rare, and every drop is worth the risk. As darkness slowly covers the valley, the family gathers around the warm glow of the campfire. Freshly cooked meat, berries, roots, and honey are shared equally among everyone. No one eats alone, and no one is forgotten. The fire fills the air with warmth and comfort after another difficult day. For a few peaceful moments, the dangers of the wilderness seem far away, as the family enjoys the simple reward of staying together. After dinner, the fire continues to burn brightly beneath the night sky. The grandfather begins telling stories of great hunts, dangerous animals, and wise ancestors who survived impossible challenges. The children listen with wide eyes, imagining every adventure. These are not just stories to entertain them. They are lessons that teach courage, patience, and survival. Long before books existed, knowledge lived through the voices of those who came before. As the first light of a new morning rises above the mountains, the entire family stands together outside their shelter, looking across the endless prehistoric landscape. Yesterday's challenges are behind them, but a new day will bring new tests. Another hunt, another search for food, and another fight to survive awaits them. Yet they face the future with courage, determination, and hope. These ordinary families laid the foundation for the world we live in today, proving that humanity's greatest strength has always been working together.